It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce our 2009 Science Commencement speaker, Mr. Bob Duggan. Bob is an alumnus of UC Santa Barbara who studied economics with the class of 1966. The founder of several very successful businesses, he has been described as the consummate businessman and more recently, a philanthropist. Bob has many truly admirable qualities, including being an extremely hard worker who puts 150% into everything he does. In fact, he has been working since the age of 10. His life story is a testament to the value of education. Bob says that UC Santa Barbara was his launching pad, a place where he made connections with important peers that continue this day. He collaborated with some of these college friends in starting his first business venture while he was still a student. And years later, Bob teamed up with another UC Santa Barbara alumnus on a company called Computer Motion, now Intuitive Surgical, that revolutionized computer-aided and robotic surgery using technology developed right here at UC Santa Barbara. Bob's education helped him develop an ability to think and reason, which has been fundamental in his success, together with his drive and competitiveness. An important part of that success is his desire to work for the greater good and to have an impact through giving. Bob's daughter, Desara, and his family are here today, and I welcome them. Trish, his wife, and Bob have expanded their impact as excellent parents and have grown their family by adopting 6 children. They both believe strongly in the importance of giving of their time and talents, as well as their money. They are generous contributors to a number of important causes at UC Santa Barbara, including the sciences and engineering, athletics, as well as the Tibetan Studies program. Please join me in welcoming Bob Duggan.
Wow. Woo. It has been a while since I've been on campus, but I certainly remember the days of 62 to 66. The girls were almost as beautiful. The guys are a little more handsome. The surf was fantastic. We learned quickly that if we ate everything they served at the cafeteria, you'd quickly add 10 or 15 pounds to your body. None of us recognized at that time the power of the education we were receiving. More than just the academics was the camaraderie, fellowship, and the backup and support of students. As you went into an exam, charged with the idea that you would pass it with flying colors, walked out wondering what subject was that. I think we invented that saying, "Oh my God." But Friday and Saturday night salved the wounds of the sorry who had not quite studied hard enough. Commencement has several meanings. One is a day of celebration for the 4 years plus a few that you have spent dedicated to a purpose of achieving your degree. Commencement also means a new beginning. So graduates of the class of 2009 in math, life science, and sciences, today marks a new beginning for you. You will have questions that other graduates from around the world, all over the world, will be asking. What now? does life hold for me? What is it I've learned? What is it that I'm going to do? I can assure you 10 years from now, whatever you think today, it'll be a bit different. Because that's the way life rolls. Be prepared to adjust and improvise, to recognize that defeat is a stepping stone. Be humble in your successes, and always give honor to those that came before you and provided you the hard-won knowledge that you now use to make your own success. Life has multiple platforms. It's not just about you. I take an analogy from the human body. I recently took over as CEO of a Northern California biotech company. Quite frankly, it was on a collision course to disaster. That's why it was available for me to take over. But I recently learned from a book, How We Work by David Macaulay, that the human body is comprised of 75 trillion, it's with a T, cells. I'm sure you've not met each one of them. It would be a challenging task if you had to. But did you know that each one of your cells operates as a gift from its DNA with a pattern of action? You could call it a hat write-up, a job description. Every single cell has a job to do. And every single cell lives within the community of those other cells. Much like life with you on campus, off campus, and the life you will step into, you are connected. Life is a very symbiotic relationship. And these cells coordinate with one another, and they communicate with harmony. And underneath these cells, which was only discovered within the last 100 years, are the raw material called atoms. The body's comprised of 24 atoms, 4 of which make up 95% of your body. Oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. You have 5 trillion atoms in motion constantly all the time. Atoms comprise energy. Your body, therefore, is always in motion. But as I've moved through life, not knowing those details, but fascinated by them when I found out, I recognized that if 75 trillion cells could get along for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years, what is it that precludes man from getting along? Why is it that man, when he runs low on the energy of communication, trades bullets for words? Why is it that some of us are wealthy, others today live in poverty? What I would like to share with you, with the knowledge that you have gained and the study you have done, by applying your minds and your attention to gather scientific knowledge, leveraging Francis Bacon's formula of advancement called the scientific method, where you observe a problem, you postulate a solution, you experiment, you observe, and you come to your conclusions.